Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome each of you on this morning to Grace for Today 5-minute devotions. And on this morning, our subject is going to be God is always right on time. And so our key scripture for this morning is going to be John chapter 11, verses 21 through 23. And I'm going to be reading it from the NIV. Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you whatever you ask. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Have you ever struggled with God's timing? I know I have. And the truth is, we got to realize that God is never late or in a hurry, but his timing is always perfect. So Lazarus lived in Bethany with his sisters, Mary and Martha. When Lazarus became very ill, they asked Jesus to come to them. Jesus was really and truly just a few miles away from Bethany, but he took 3 days to get there. And so during that time, we know the story, Lazarus died. And as you can imagine, Martha struggled with Jesus's timing. And so when we look at the Gospel of Luke, we learn that Martha liked to be busy, even to the point of doing work rather than listening to Jesus. And so it's not surprising that she felt like Jesus was slow in his response to their request. And so Jesus wasn't late. Jesus did what the Father wanted him to do. And so Jesus had work to complete before he went to Bethany. And so God's goal was not to heal Lazarus, but to raise him from the dead. Jesus did a miracle to build the people's faith in him. Jesus walked up to Lazarus' tomb. He told somebody to roll the stone away and said, Lazarus, come forth. And that's exactly what Lazarus did. And so sometimes God lets a situation get so bad that only a miracle will do. And that's when it's time to hold on and keep your faith and trust that God's timing is perfect. You got to keep praying. You got to keep serving and believing because God is always right on time. Regardless of whether or not we think he's on time, God is on time. And so we got to make sure that even though we may be struggling with God's timing, he's never late. He's not going to get in a hurry, for your request. He's going to make sure that he's so in tune with the Father that he's only going to come at the appointed time when he needs to come. And so many of us are just like Lazarus. We've been in hopeless situations, and we felt like like Lazarus' sisters did, that there was no hope. Jesus, he waited too late to show up on the scene. I needed him 2 days ago. The light bill was due Monday. My lights are off on Wednesday. I needed him 2 days ago. But God will allow certain things to take place so that his glory can be revealed in my life, in your life, in our lives. And so on this morning, I want you to trust God's perfect timing. And I want you to keep praying, keep believing that God is always on time and that he's going to step in at the appointed time when you need him most. And so on this morning, thank you all so much for tuning in with us for Grace for Today 5-minute devotions. And it is my prayer that you will go forth on today and have a blessed day.